But I want you to know that you cannot give as an alternative to the tithe. Generosity begins after the tithe. So simple. Why do we give? So why do we have to give? Well, because God gave to us first. Dave Ramsey says this, and however you feel about Dave Ramsey, I appreciate this. It says, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Are you generous according to your feelings or according to Scripture? See, that's important. We keep saying we are a Spirit-led church, not a soul-led church. When you're led by your soul, it's your emotions, it's your intellect, it's your academic acumen. When you're led by the Spirit, you're led by the word of the Lord. The word is Spirit. So it comes this way when we talk, I'm a generous person. I give generously. Is that according to Scripture or your feelings? Because often generosity is self-defined. Many believers consider themselves to be very generous, even if it's below the biblical standard, the biblical benchmark. For an example, Barna studies, they're like the gold standard when it comes to academic research, quantifiable, and also qualitative research. They're the gold standard, Barna research, and Lifeway research. They actually show that only 21% of regular churchgoers consistently tithe or give. 21%. Now, out of those 21% who do, about 7% give more than the 10% tithe. And that's not condemnation. We're just talking quantifiable statistics. This is data. This is facts. Okay? So imagine the transformation in your life and in this community if every believer in this room faithfully honored God with their finances and not their feelings. You see, a main source of the reluctance to give, I believe, is often linked to the words that we use. We start to kind of conflate words and well, they're the same thing. No, some things are not the same thing. You see, a lot of Christians, a lot of times we use tithes and giving interchangeably. Oh, they're the same thing, but they're not. Tithe, we know from the Greek, means tenth. It means a tenth. You can't change the meaning of that word. That is the tithe. That is the tenth. Now, giving is anything above the tithe. And giving is voluntary. So if you say, I tithe 30%. No, you tithe 10% and you give 20%. Like that's part of those rules and regulations of the kingdom. You can't negotiate the 10th down. It just simply means that it's a 10th. So I want y'all to learn. I want us to be clear in the way we communicate is that the tithe and the giving are not interchangeable. They're not the same thing. That's why it's important to explain this. So again, giving is anything above the 10% and it's voluntary. And I'm going to share you a quick story with Leah and myself. You know, years ago, like we were doing pretty good. I will tell you, I've already gotten Leah's permission. We were making about $5 million a year, every year. Intellectual property. We didn't have a warehouse. We didn't have a workforce. Clear profit, $5 million a year. It's so easy to be faithful when your bank account's fat. It is. And you know, we gave 30%, minimum. But raged against the tithe. If you'd asked me back then, no, we don't tithe. No. You see, we give 30%. We were proud of that. But you see what we were doing? We'd rejected the tithe. What we were doing, we were forfeiting the blessings of God's covering. Remember Malachi 3:10, 3:11? For I will rebuke the devourer. And you see, when the Lord gave Leah and I that opportunity, He says, am I really first in your life? Yeah. Like we're making $5 million a year. Then walk away. Do you trust me? And we did. I walked away 26 years as a law enforcement officer, 4 years shy of a full 30-year pension. Full pension for the rest of my life. Health care paid the rest of our life. We went 10 years without health care. Leah walked away. Did not write one more word on a page for years. And eventually, we from making 6 figures a month to making maybe 4. So whether we were making millions or hundreds, and I mean we lost everything, but God. And the Lord showed us where our rebellion was. We refused to pay the tithe. We were all about giving, but we neglected the tithe because we'd gotten bad teaching. This is why last week I shared with you it's so important that we forgive those who hurt us. We were wounded deeply by manipulative teaching. We raged against it, but God used what I was looking to prove him wrong, to show me the truth about the difference in tithing and giving. And I will tell you that the Lord continues to bless us the more that we understand and the more faithful that we continue to be. And so again, when I talk about the tithe, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about your time and your talent as well as your treasure. But I want you to know that you cannot give as an alternative to the tithe. Generosity begins after the tithe. So simple, why do we give? So why do we have to give? Well, because God gave to us first. That's the simple answer. Romans 8 tells us, since he did not spare even his own son, but he gave him up for all of us, won't he also give us everything else? Like this should really strike the chord. We worry about a bill. We worry about a new pair of jeans. We worry about this or that. Like God gave his son. He gave his son for you. He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, 1,000 cattle. You don't think he would take care of you? He's not a trickster or a jokester. When he asked us, do y'all trust me? Yeah, then trust me. He didn't abandon us. What he did was he freed us. He liberated us from fear and mammon and self-reliance. Like God is a good, good father. If we will only allow him to be good